Mm, This is a very small lake, an artificial lake to be clear. And I believe there's someone trying to fish over here. Not certain if the fish here are healthy to eat, but anyway. Well, I'll continue walking over here. So, in one of my previous videos, I've talked about laying treasures on earth. And I want to continue in this because I want to make this subject clear to you. Look, I've already explained that a treasure is a collection of, resources that includes, objects, inanimate objects, and social relationships. And that's what a treasure is. And a treasure someone uses as something to rely on, to give value and security to their lives. Well, just look around for a moment, guys. You see these flowers around here? Do they work? Do they have a treasure? Do they have a secretary of economics? Do they have a religion or anything? Just look carefully. Well, I assume you already know the answer to that. And the answer is no, they don't. Yet, look at there. They are flourishing, they are blooming. They are displaying their glory. Check out. And do they work for it? Do they make any effort? Do they, work hard, toil hard? Do they use magic or anything? No. Well, we, human beings, are different than plants. I get that. However, if the Lord, makes provision for, how do I see it, for plants, for grass, that today is here, tomorrow it's gone, how much more is He willingly to provide for those that are born again? Look, as human beings, we live in social and economic structures, so we make effort. Like you have a job, or you're going to college, so we do make effort, but don't get into the lie that by self-effort you can guarantee a treasure for yourself so that you will be secure and safe. That's not true. Absolutely not. The opposite is true. Often, when people try to gather those treasures, they get into trouble. And they'll bring others in trouble also. So I'll just repeat part 1 of this video. Don't gather nor lay any treasures on earth, because they will become a barrier and an obstacle in your relationship with God and your relationship with other human beings. They will put a strain on you, and they will defile you, and they will harm you. Okay? Your only treasure and the blessing, the ultimate blessing, is the Lord Himself. No one else. Check again. Do they have to gather treasure to show their glory? No. Aren't you more valuable and more amazing than flowers? And God, it does not take care of you? It doesn't exist. Listen, I'm going to repeat this. I don't care if I sound annoying. Don't gather nor lay treasures on earth. That's what the world is teaching. That's what all those colleges, primary school, secondary school, and all those universities, and the media, the government, that's what they all are saying. To gather treasures on earth. You see? And don't you really realize that things as racism, social exclusion, child abuse, spouse abuse, domestic violence, don't you realize that those are all fruits of this attitude of gathering treasures on earth? Just think about it. Let's imagine you have a woman who wants to have a man in her life, okay? She wants to keep the man for herself. Okay, that we can understand that still there. But let's say that that man in her life is, her idol, is the one from whom she expects fulfillment. Now you have a problem, because she's expecting something from someone who can't be what she's expecting. Okay, so now she will use emotional manipulation. She will stalk her partner or husband, and eventually she will become physically abusive because she wants to get what she wants. So you get the picture here. Most of the time, we are not aware that the problems we face in life are the results of this attitude wanting to have treasures on earth. And I've used a female example because, the world's quite sexist at the moment. They won't acknowledge that there are also female abusers as well. I use a female example because those are also reality. Anyway, that's another subject for now. Let's look at a dictator who oppresses a huge amount of his people. Let's go to North Korea, for example. What's that? The Kim family wants to have a treasure for themselves. So they oppress others to gather their treasure so that they can feel safe. And so they live off at the expense of others. That's what all, sinners are doing. They are searching for treasures on earth. And the only way they can get those treasures is by taking advantage of others, or by denying the rights and needs of others. So let's see where I will go next. I think I'll walk back. Gaat u maar. So that's, let me continue. That's what sinners are basically doing. They are denying the rights and the needs of others to get a treasure for themselves. But kijken. There's a lake again. The Lord commanded us not to follow the ways of the world. And I'll repeat in this video, do not follow the ways of the world, because you'll end up in hell for it. And there's another thing. Not only won't those treasures on earth be any good for you in the long run, you'll also be cursed by God if you attain those treasures. Because remember, the rich in this world, they get rich by stealing from others. See, now you'll say there are sheets, some inherited, it's still riches that were gathered through violence by denying the needs of others. So that's basically stealing from others. That's how the people in this world get rich. Very few became rich in an honest way, which often is impossible to do. But you get the idea. Just read James chapter 5 and you'll get what I mean. So, well, I think this should be the end of this video. I took the time to explain this in the second part for you. And may the grace of the Lord Jesus be with you, and obey Him.